How do you construct the universe in your head? Is it a sunny, luxurious, secure skyscraper where every floor is drawn with a ruler and it's clear who lives where? Or is it a wild and massive tree with roots descending into a frozen darkness, its leaves trembling in the wind? Look, today we are at the finale of the series. The evidence is finally on the table. Geography isn't just the ground we step on. It's actually the map of our souls. We will see how sun and ice have written the character, the fear, the hope, basically the fate of the Greek and the Viking. If you're ready, let's start. Greetings again. Let's get inside these guys' heads and see how they perceive the universe. You look at the Greeks. They've set up the universe as a vertical hierarchy, like a corporate tower, you know. Olympus is at the very top. That's the penthouse, the luxury roof suite where the gods are chilling. We are in the middle, and at the very bottom is that famous basement floor, Hades. We are surrounded by a river, on a disk as flat as a tray. Everything has its place. Everything is orderly. Bureaucracy runs like clockwork. But Scandinavia? Man, things are complicated there. There is no building or anything. The universe is Yggdrasil, a massive ash tree. 9 different worlds hang like fruit on the branches of this tree. There are no floors with elevators. There are interconnected branches. And do you know what the scariest part is? If the tree shivers, the whole universe shivers. So the system is so intertwined with nature that life hangs by a thread. One is the picture of order, the other of chaos. Look, geography changes not just life, but even it shapes how you wait for death. What is death in Greek mythology? A gray, misty, boring waiting room, Hades. Why is it like this? Well, because in Greece the weather is nice, fruit is plentiful, the sea is wonderful. Life is so sweet that death means this party is over. That's why they are terrified of dying. They cling to life with their fingernails. But come to the north. In Scandinavia, life is already agony. It's cold. The night never ends. The ground is frozen. That's why these guys made death cool. They turned it into an escape route. Those young lads who die in battle go to an endless feast in Odin's palace, Valhalla. But those poor folks who die of old age in their beds fall into the icy Helheim. For Viking, death isn't an end. It means getting an honorable promotion from this cold and harsh world. That's why they don't even blink in battle. Now let's imagine a scenario. You are in Greece. The sea is like a sheet. The sun is high. Your gods are just like you, sparkling, chatty, a bit dramatic, loving gossip but fond of their comfort. Where do we see this? In the story of the coming of winter. How does a Greek explain winter? With the Demeter and Persephone incident. The girl gets kidnapped. The mother sulks. Famine starts. Then what happens? Zeus comes. They sit at the table. A bargain is made. Your daughter stays 6 months underground with her husband, 6 months above with her mother. Done. So for a Greek, winter is a temporary diplomatic crisis. It gets solved, man. There's a contract. Spring comes back guaranteed. Hope is in the pocket. Now get up and go to Norway. In winter the sun never rises. Everywhere is pitch black. This is where that fatalistic, that heavy depressive atmosphere of Norse myths comes from. Do you know what happens when their god of light, Baldur, is killed? There is no deal. The whole universe cries. But the queen of the underworld, Hel, says, if even one person didn't cry, I won't give him back. And the light dies, and it doesn't come back. Baldur's death doesn't bring spring. On the contrary, it starts Fimbulvet, that terrible winter that lasts for 3 years without end. Do you see the difference? In one, seasons are a bureaucratic cycle. In the other, winter is an end that always waits in ambush, swallowing the light. Ragnarok is inevitable, because a northerner knows. Winter always comes, and winter kills everything. So, long story short, my friends, in this 3-part journey, we actually held a mirror to 2 different faces of humanity. Greek mythology is the child of a mild climate, olive oil, and a pleasant city life. There, boundaries are clear. The human is at the center. If life is easy, troubles turn into art, philosophy, and drama. Norse mythology, on the other hand, is the child of the fight for survival, freezing cold, and wild nature. There, boundaries are rough. Nature, that is, that tree, is at the center. If life is hard, you learn solidarity, courage, and how to meet the inevitable end with a laugh. So, where do you see yourself? Do the intrigues of sunny Olympus attract you, or that harsh struggle in the shadow of Yggdrasil? Which one is your soul closer to? I'm waiting for your comments. I will read every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching this far. See you in the next adventure.